Imagine for a moment walking through a forest, observing the intricate patterns of leaves, the spiraling growth of a pine cone, or the majestic symmetry of a snowflake landing on your sleeve. These are not just random occurrences. They are expressions of an ancient and mystical language that connects the very essence of life, the universe, and everything within it. This language is known as sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is the study of geometric forms and their metaphorical relationships to human evolution, as well as the evolution of the universe. It is an ancient science that explores the energy patterns that create and unify all things. Every natural pattern of growth or movement comes back to one or more geometric shapes. Today we embark on a journey to explore the mystical power of sacred geometry in our everyday lives. We'll uncover its significance, its omnipresence in the natural and human-made world, and how we can practically incorporate its wisdom into our daily practices for harmony, personal growth, and understanding of the universe around us. Sacred geometry is not a new concept. It's as old as the world itself, but was first studied and named by ancient cultures. The Egyptians encoded their knowledge of sacred geometry in the construction of the pyramids and the artistry of their hieroglyphs. The Greeks, particularly through the work of philosophers like Plato, recognized sacred geometry as the cornerstone of the universe, believing that geometry was the unifying language of the physical and spiritual world. At the heart of sacred geometry are several key figures: the flower of life, Metatron's cube, the Fibonacci spiral, and the Vesica Piscis, among others. The flower of life, composed of multiple evenly spaced overlapping circles, represents the cycle of creation. Metatron's cube symbolizes the complexity of the universe and includes all the Platonic solids, which are foundational to building everything in the physical world. The Fibonacci spiral, found in the growth patterns of many living things, illustrates how life expands and evolves in a beautiful, harmonious manner. Sacred geometry illustrates the interconnectedness of all things. The same patterns are found at every level of the universe, from the molecular structure of crystals to the spiral arms of galaxies. It is a reminder that there is a universal order to the chaos of life, an order that connects us to each other and to the universe at large. The natural world is replete with examples of sacred geometry, each illustrating the inherent beauty and order of the universe. The hexagonal columns of basalt in the Giant's Causeway, the spiraling shells of nautiluses, and the intricate patterns of spider webs all speak to this universal language. These patterns are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also serve functional purposes, from optimizing space to maximizing energy efficiency, mirroring how sacred geometry underpins both form and function in the natural world. From the pyramids of Egypt to the modern designs of buildings that incorporate the golden ratio, architecture around the world has harnessed the power of sacred geometry to create spaces that resonate with harmony and beauty. The Gothic cathedrals of Europe, with their mathematically precise vaults and arches, and the geometrically intricate Islamic tile work known as Giri, are testaments to humanity's desire to reflect the order of the cosmos in our sacred and communal spaces. These structures not only inspire awe, but also elevate the human spirit, connecting us to something greater than ourselves. Living in environments influenced by sacred geometry can have profound effects on individuals. These spaces can enhance feelings of peace and well-being, facilitate meditation and mindfulness, and even stimulate creativity and innovation. The principles of Feng Shui, for instance, apply the concepts of harmony and flow, closely related to sacred geometry, to create balanced living and working environments. Incorporating sacred geometry into our personal environments can transform our living spaces into sanctuaries of peace and harmony. Simple adjustments, like arranging furniture to mimic geometric patterns or decorating with artworks that feature sacred geometry, can shift the energy of a space. Even the act of gardening can be an exercise in sacred geometry, planting and organizing a garden in patterns that reflect these ancient principles. Sacred geometry has long been a source of inspiration in art and design, offering a wellspring of ideas for creating beauty that resonates with universal truths. Artists can draw upon the symmetry, patterns, and shapes of sacred geometry to infuse their work with a sense of harmony and depth. Meditating on the shapes and patterns of sacred geometry can be a powerful practice, helping individuals to align with the energy of the universe and foster spiritual growth. Visualization exercises focusing on sacred geometric shapes can aid in concentration and deepen meditation experiences. Sacred geometry is also found in the arrangement of stones in crystal healing, the layout of spaces for yoga and meditation, and even in the design of jewelry meant to harmonize the body's energy. Discuss how these practices can be enhanced with an understanding of sacred geometry, potentially leading to greater well-being and balance in one's life. The journey through sacred geometry is not just an intellectual exercise. It's a transformative experience that touches every aspect of our lives. Individuals across the globe have reported profound shifts in their consciousness, a deeper sense of peace, and an increased ability to manifest their desires when they begin to incorporate the principles of sacred geometry into their daily practices. For example, meditating on the flower of life can lead to insights about the interconnectedness of all beings, fostering a sense of unity and compassion. On a larger scale, sacred geometry has the potential to bridge cultural and spiritual divides. By emphasizing the universal patterns that underlie all creation, sacred geometry can serve as a metaphor for the interconnectedness of humanity and the natural world. This realization can inspire efforts towards sustainability, peace, and global harmony. Imagine communities designed with the principles of sacred geometry, promoting well-being and connection among their inhabitants. As we grow in our understanding and application of sacred geometry, we contribute to a collective raising of consciousness, envisioning a world that reflects the harmony and beauty inherent in the universe. The power of sacred geometry lies not only in its beauty and its ability to illustrate the fundamental principles of the universe, but also in its capacity to inspire change. I encourage you, as we conclude our journey today, to take a step towards incorporating sacred geometry into your life. Begin by observing the natural world and the built environment through the lens of sacred geometry. Engage with its patterns and principles, whether through meditation, art, the design of your living spaces, or simply through the appreciation of its presence all around us. Let sacred geometry be a tool for your own personal growth, a means to deepen your connection with the universe, and a way to contribute to the collective evolution of our global community. In our journey today, we've explored the mystical power of sacred geometry, from its presence in the natural world and our built environments to its application in our personal lives for harmony, creativity, and spiritual growth. Sacred geometry serves as a reminder that at the heart of all creation lies a fundamental order and beauty, accessible to us at any moment, should we choose to look. As we conclude, I invite you to begin seeing the world through the lens of sacred geometry. Notice the patterns in the leaves of a tree, the symmetry of a flower, or the proportion of the buildings around you. Consider how you might bring more of this harmony into your own environment, your art, and your practices.